Hi, kids. It's story time again, and we're doing Frog and Toad, the Story Treasury. Just remember that this is almost done. I'll be done with this on Friday, and I'm looking for some more stories starting next week. So let me know today or tomorrow if there's some other storybooks you would like me to read. Also, here's exciting news. My grandchildren are watching me do these stories. That's exciting. While you're watching, they're watching. So everybody say hi to my grandkids. Say hi. Very good. So today's story, there's two of them. One is Christmas Eve, and the other one is tomorrow. So let's begin. On Christmas Eve, Toad cooked a big dinner. He decorated the tree. Frog is late, said Toad. Toad looked at his clock. He remembered it was broken. The hands of the clock did not move. Toad opened the front door. He looked out into the night. Frog was not there. I am worried, said Toad. There's Toad looking for his friend Frog on Christmas Eve. What if something terrible has happened, said Toad. What if Frog has fallen into a deep hole and cannot get out? I will never see him again. There's Toad's imagination fully at work. Frog in a hole. Toad opened the front door once more. Frog was not on the path. What if Frog is lost in the woods, said Toad. What if he is cold and wet and hungry? There he is. He's looking at the front door, and now he's imagining. He's letting his imagination get away with him. He's imagining Frog lost out there. What if Frog is being chased by a big animal with many sharp teeth? What if he's being eaten up? Cried Toad. My friend and I will never have another Christmas together. I would say Toad has a really big imagination. Toad found some rope in the cellar. I will pull Frog out of the hole with this, said Toad. There he goes. He's getting the rope. Toad found a lantern in the attic. Frog will see this light. I will show him the way out of the woods, said Toad. There he is with the lantern. Toad found a frying pan in the kitchen. I will hit the big animal with this, said Toad. All of his teeth will fall out. Frog, do not worry, cried Toad. I am coming to help you. Good old Toad. Even with an active imagination, he's quite the friend. It takes a lot of courage to think that way and be willing to take that kind of risk. Toad ran out of his house. There he goes, running out of his house. And there was Frog. Bum, 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 bum. Hello, Toad, he said. I'm very sorry to be late. I was wrapping your present. You see the present? He's got a present there for him. See it? You are not at the bottom of that hole, asked Toad. No, said Frog. You're not lost in the woods, asked Toad. No, said Frog. You're not being eaten by a big animal, asked Toad. No, said Frog, not at all. Oh, Frog, said Toad, I am so glad to be spending Christmas with you. Toad opened his present from Frog. It was a beautiful new clock. The two friends sat by the fire. The hands of the clock moved to show the hours of a merry Christmas Eve. There they are. What great friends. Okay, now it's time for the next story. I love Toad's imagination. Toad woke up. Drat, he said. This house is a mess. I have so much work to do. Frog looked through the window. Toad, you are right, said Frog. It is a mess. Toad pulled the covers over his head. If you don't see it, maybe it's not there, right? I will do it tomorrow, said Toad. Today I will take life easy. I don't know that always works, but this is worth a shot for Toad. Frog came into the house. Toad, said Frog, your pants and jacket are lying on the floor. Tomorrow, said Toad from under the covers. Your kitchen sink is filled with dirty dishes, said Frog. There's Toad, under his covers. Tomorrow, said Frog. There is dust on your chairs. Tomorrow, said Toad. Your windows need scrubbing, said Frog. Your plants need watering. Tomorrow, cried Toad. I will do it all tomorrow. Toad sat on the edge of his bed. There he is, right there. Hard to get him motivated today, isn't it? Blah, said Toad. I feel down in the dumps. Well, why? Asked Frog. I'm thinking about tomorrow, said Toad. I'm thinking about all of the many things that I will have to do. Well, yes, said Frog. Tomorrow will be a very hard day for you. But Frog, said Toad, if I pick up my pants and jacket right now, then I will not have to pick them up tomorrow, will I? No, said Frog, you will not have to. Toad picked up his clothes and put them in the closet. Good job, Toad. That's the way. Do you pick up your clothes and put them in the closet and put them in your drawer and stuff? Frog, said Toad, if I wash my dishes right now, then I will not have to wash them tomorrow, will I? No, said Frog, you will not have to. So Toad washed and dried his dishes, and he put them in the cupboard. Do you wash dishes at your house? I help out with dishes around here a couple times a week. Yep. Frog, said Toad, if I dust my chairs and scrub my windows and water my plants right now, then I will not have to do it tomorrow, will I? No, said Frog, you will not have to do any of it. There he goes. Swoosh, swoosh. He's busy. So Toad dusted his chairs. He scrubbed his windows. He watered his plants. There he is, dusting his chair, washing his window, and watering his plants. Do you have plants at your house to water? Have you ever washed windows? There, said Toad. Now I feel better. I am not in the dumps anymore. Well, why? Asked Frog. Because I have done all that work, said Toad. Now I can save tomorrow for something I really want to do. What is that? Asked Frog. I wonder what he really wants to do. There he is, cleaning. Tomorrow, said Toad, I can just take life easy. Toad went back to bed and pulled the covers over his head and fell asleep. There he goes. You know, imagine what a toad must sound like when he's snoring. So there you go. 2 stories, Christmas Eve and tomorrow. Very nice that he put it together and did it all on that day so he could have some extra time the next day. All right, kids, there you go. I'll see you all tomorrow, Lord willing. Bye. Bye.